It's time for Constituency Watch here on The Pulse. Now, this afternoon, we're looking to Weija Gbawe. As the NDC primaries come up, obviously there is a battle to represent the party at the parliamentaries in this constituency that the last time around went to the NPP in the national elections. But of course, it's anybody's game in 2024. So let's see if our next guest is up to the task. It's very nice to meet you, Mr. Lamptey. Nice meeting you too. Excellent. Thanks for making the time. So you are not the one who represented the NDC in 2020. Sure. You're hoping to be the one this time around. Definitely. Why should the NDC be even changing tack and moving to you for 2024?
Thank you for the question, and let me say good afternoon to your viewers, and also good afternoon to the good delegates of the NDC in the Weija Gbawe constituency, from the constituency chairman to all the branch executives. I say kudos to them for the yeoman's job they are doing for the NDC. Your question is a good question, and my answer to that is it is obvious among all the parliamentary candidates. I'm the one who has taken time to prepare himself for such a task ahead of the NDC come 2024. And my preparation is consciously taken to ensure that come 2024, the NDC annexes the Weija Gbawe seat, which will not be the usual election that we go in and come out as losers. But this time around, we are going in and coming out as winners. Why am I saying I'm the most prepared? You know, Weija Gbawe, since 2004, when it was even Weija, and when it was even divided to Weija Gbawe, from the old Weija to Weija Gbawe, the NDC has not won any of the general elections before. And with that in mind, any candidate who wants to annex the seat should be a candidate who is well prepared and well versed in the dynamics of the constituency. And as it stands, I'm the only candidate who has dedicated himself studying the constituency over a period of, let's say, close to 16 years to ensure that I come to this point to promise the NDC I'll take the seat for them. I started as a branch communication in one of the branches at MA Primary in the New Gbawe electoral area, moved on to be a youth organizer at another branch in the Malam. Currently, Malam has been divided into Malam East and Malam West as a youth organizer in the then Malam electoral area, and also moved on to become the constituency communication officer and the constituency secretary. And within this period of time was the period of studying the reasons why we've not been able to annex the seat, to ensure that I prepare myself enough for the task ahead. And I can tell you, Kojo, confidently that I am well prepared on the ground to annex the seat for the NDC.
I mean, the NDC hasn't won in Weija Gbawe yet. Is it your analysis that the reason why NDC hasn't won is because you've not been prepared enough?
It is one of the reasons. And the reason why I'm saying it's one of the reasons is that political watchers and political connoisseurs will say it is an NPP stronghold. And even on the streets, the average person feels that Weija Gbawe is an NPP stronghold because over a period of time, they've been winning. So there is that mindset. So any candidate who wants to win that seat, knowing or having at the back of your mind that people are saying it's an NPP stronghold, should get him or herself acquainted with the constituency. And that is what exactly I have done. Over the years, before we go into any of these general elections, candidates who have emerged on the ticket of the NDC are candidates who come in just a year into the main elections, or even 6 months into the main election. A constituency that you continue to lose. How do you just come in a year or 6 months into the general elections? How well versed will you be in the constituency? One, how well versed will you even be? How conversant will you be with even your party people and even the community people? You have to be well versed and well conversant with the culture, the dynamics of your party people. Then move on to even the community in general? And also, how well will you even understand the community to communicate their challenges, to communicate their needs, so that they will know that, yes, this man or that man can truly represent us. So we have to what? Because, Kojo, you know, politics is about what? Public trust. The public, who do the public entrust what? Their community into their hands. How well do the community itself know you? And how well do you also know the community that you want to represent? And that has been a gap that I am coming to fill that gap.
So tell us how. I mean, what are some of these insights that you have into the community that make you a better candidate than any other?
One of the reasons why I stand as the better candidate than any of the candidates is that yesterday, I saw something at the Malam Central Mosque, which gave me a lot of confidence that, yes, truly Felix Odartey Lamptey is well prepared for the task ahead. Over a period of, like, let's say 7 years, 8 years, every time it is time for fasting or Ramadan, there is an activity that is conducted that we call tafsir. I'm a Christian, but because I'm a politician who wants to identify with my people, I've been attending this program consistently each year. Yesterday, I saw some of what my contenders or those who want to also contest for the first time coming to the Malam Central Mosque. I asked myself, where have they been all this while? Are you now coming? When would they know you? How can they even identify with you? But over the years, that is why I'm saying, yes, we lose the seat. So if I want to represent my people, not just because I want my name to be on the ballot or my picture to be on what? The walls within the community, I have to do something extra. And that extra is what I have done, which have prepared me to this point. When you get to Malam Junction, where they sell the sand, and you mention Felix, and they are not able to recollect, and you mention Odartey, they will tell you, oh, they know me. When you get to the Malam station, and you mention Felix, or you mention Odartey, and what? They are not able to recollect quickly. And you say, oh, Mr. Lamptey, do what? Tell you, oh, we know him. He has been coming here. He sits with us. And it is not just, it didn't start yesterday because of the 13th of May, but I started way back to prepare myself towards that agenda. Like Abraham Lincoln said, you study and you get yourself ready for the task ahead. And Felix has prepared himself and gotten himself ready for the task ahead. Today is Monday. When you move within the community, you go to Oblogo, maybe they will be playing Monday Stars there. You go to the Islamic Park, maybe they will be playing Monday Stars there. You go to Gbawe DC Park, they will be playing. When I get there, after 13th of May, I am the only candidate. When you take me to any of these parks, the party will not be introducing me, but the community will be introducing me rather to the party.
So why do you think, in spite of all this preparation, you didn't win the candidacy in 2020?
Because I was not the candidate. And like I stated earlier...
No, you didn't win. Did you run?
No, I didn't run.
You didn't run?
No, I didn't run.
Right,
I was still preparing and understanding to know the loopholes, the ups and downs of the constituency.
So this will be your first time running?
Yes. And I'm telling you, I'm the most prepared candidate. We have candidates, you want to win an election, and you don't even know the number of branches or polling stations we win in the constituency. So how do you win?
What's the number?
What's the number?
Of polling stations in the constituency?
There we have 234 polling stations. And any candidate who is well prepared to win should first even know the number of polling stations we have. The number of polling stations, the NDC wins, the NPP wins. You know, it helps you to measure your strength, know what task is ahead of you. So if you are a candidate, and we've had such candidates who just enter and what? They don't even know the real situation on the ground. It is just the normal mantra as we go around to campaign. Oh, I'll win, I'll win, I'll win, I'll win. But the actual job that is on the ground, maybe after 13, some will come face to face with that reality. And what happens next?
Tina Mensah won by almost 60%, 58% in 2020. How are you going to beat that?
How am I going to beat that? That's simple. That's simple because of what? The kind of relationship I have built over the years within the constituency. I'm not someone the party is now going to introduce to what? Either the chiefs, the imams, the youth, whatever. I have sold myself, like the Akan adage have it. There is this Akan adage that says what? Because of tomorrow, you have to what? Because of tomorrow, you deliberately decide to associate. And I have associated well with the community. I understand the community challenges. And I have been one of the people who have been advocating on what? The developmental challenges of what? The community. And the community identifies me as such and also associates with me as such. So what? Being the candidate of what? The National Democratic Congress, it will not be difficult for what? The community to what? Accept me, because already I am doing what they want what? Someone to do for them. They want an advocate. And I'm at the forefront advocating for such things for them. And come 13th, if I emerge as the candidate of what? The National Democratic Congress, it will not be what? Difficult. And beating Tina Mensah is simple.
Okay, so that's the contest ahead of you. First of all, to win the candidacy for your party, and then to go up against the NPP. Now, within your party, obviously, we've already seen in the run-up to the election that uneasy lies the head that wears the Member of Parliament crown. Sure. Your parliamentary caucus has come under some attack recently over issues of disloyalty. What's your take on that as you are aspiring to be one of them?
My take on the disloyalty that has been displayed by some candidates is unfortunate, but there is a root cause. And I'll take this opportunity to address the root cause. The root cause is even sometimes how we elect our parliamentary candidates. People use all sorts of means to get onto the tickets of the party.
How do you mean?
People whose loyalty have not been tested by the party. Ojo, as I sit here, I have served as what? A branch communication officer. I have served as what? A branch youth organizer. I have served as a constituency communication officer, the constituency secretary. My loyalty and commitment and dedication to the party has been tested. Has been tested over the years. But someone who sits somewhere or who sits far from the party, it is time for primaries, just enters, and party people hands over the party to them. Now the person has his own interests and his own objectives and ideas about how he wants to run that office. But if you have a true party person who have gone through the ranks, will not go and betray the party's cause. When the party says A, he will do A. And that is where we have to get to as a party. People should know and I'm even taking this step to also drum home a message. Sometimes people feel that, if you are a party office holder, either a branch executive or even a constituency executive, then you are a riffraff. So you don't deserve to become a parliamentary candidate or a parliamentarian or even an MC, or you don't deserve to hold any other position. But I'm taking this step to alert or alleviate that mindset that I am a master's holder. I have a master's in development economics. But I have served the party from From the base to this point. So what I'm trying to drum home is that any other person who wants to serve the party should not just be in his own corner, feel that, I have this degree, I have this master's, I have this qualification, I'm doing my corporate work or I'm doing my private work somewhere. When it is time for parliamentary elections, I'll just jump in.
So you believe that is what is causing the disloyalty in Parliament?
If you have served the party and you know the direction of the party, when the party says something should be done, you do exactly what the party wants us to do.
I understand that there's been some sort of document that all of you who are seeking parliamentary candidacy have been asked to sign, which bonds you to the control of the party if you are to become a member of parliament. Are you aware of the document I'm describing?
Even our constitution, our party constitution, even binds us to be
To the control of the party.
To defend, protect the party.
So, I think you know that this document is different. It's asking you to bond yourself to the control of the party.
Our party's constitution, an association or a society, a group. And that group has a constitution that says whatever I do should be what? In the interest of that group. I'm sure, Kojo, you attend church. Your church, whatever you do in everyday life, you want to what? Project and protect the image of what? Your church or your society. Yeah. And so, even it's...
But I wouldn't sign a document to subject me to the control of my church.
Nobody is subjecting anybody. And
those words are in the document, are they not?
Nobody is subjecting anybody.
Control.
Nobody,
it's in there.
Nobody is subjecting. The moment you decide to join a group, and the group is governed by what? Rules and regulations. You accept that this group is governed by rules and regulations. As a secretary of the party, as a former secretary of a party, when I was the secretary, the party was governed by rules and regulations, which I cannot go contrary to and say that, oh, me, I'm doing my own thing. And so that is, so it is something that is not out of place.
So if you become a member of parliament, your allegiance will be to your party. You will be subject to the control of your party.
My allegiance is to Ghana.
So what about your constituents? Now, this is actually very important for Weija Gbawe.
Yeah.
Let me explain. I mean, historically, it's been an NPP constituency. So if you were to win, it would be record-breaking. It would mean that many people who for a very long time have voted NPP have decided to vote for you.
Sure.
So there is very likely to come a time when, as a member of parliament, you're expected to vote on an issue and your constituents' position does not align with your party's position. In that instance, whose allegiance will you serve?
The NDC has never taken a position that is against the national position.
Oh, my brother, this is not about national position. We're talking about a constituency that has historically been NPP.
Yes.
So it's not about national position. We're talking about your constituents.
So I will not take any decision that will be what? That will be against my constituents.
So you will go with your parties.
And my constituents, what I'm trying to let you understand is my constituents are Ghanaians. And NDC, we are here to serve what? Ghanaians. And I'm here to serve my constituents. And any decision that the party says we should take will be in the best interest of what? My constituents and Ghanaians.
Ghanaians don't always agree with you on that. They have voted your party out.
Definitely, there will be
in your constituency, the Ghanaians there have never agreed with that because they have never elected an NDC member of parliament.
They have. When it was Weija?
Yes, when it was Weija. I mean, as Weija Gbawe, they have never elected an NDC.
This time around, they would.
So how are you able to say that every decision of the NDC is going to be approved?
I don't think you are trying to tell me every decision that has been taken by the NPP is the decision that has been approved by the constituents of Tina Mensah.
I have no idea. But the question I'm asking you is, will you represent your party before your constituents or your constituents before your party?
I'll represent my constituents and my party.
And when their desires conflict?
When their desires conflict, definitely we'll have a way to handle that.
Which is, you're the MP. So who will you serve? Since you are signing a document subjecting yourself to the control of your party.
Why are you limiting the argument to a document? I'm saying, yes, I'm even coming on the ticket of a party. I'm not an independent candidate. My constituents are aware that I'm not an independent candidate. I am coming on the ticket of a party.
So you'll serve a party?
I'm coming on the ticket of the party. And you and I know parties have what? Their rules and regulations. But I'm saying our party will not take any decision that will be what? That will go against Ghanaians and that will go against my constituents. That one the NDC will never do and the NDC has never done.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. You are seeking to make history in Weija Gbawe.
Sure.
So I wish you the very best of luck with the two big hurdles ahead of you. You've been hearing from Odartey Lamptey. He wishes to be the NDC's parliamentary representative for Weija Gbawe, and he will, if he wins the primaries in May, go up against the NPP candidate. We'll watch those races as they unfold.